Hey guys, what is up? Patrick here at the Alpha Pack Garage. We are back after Christmas. Wanted to say Merry Christmas to all. Hope y'all all had a great Christmas. Coming soon to the end of 2019, and it'll be a fresh start in 2020 for us here and everybody. Hope y'all have a great new year also. Been a little busy. I know I haven't posted much. Been kind of busy working on this for a guy that needs it for his hunting lease. And of course, everybody waits till it's hunting time to get in their machines and check them out, make sure they're, or just trying to get to the deer, stand, and they find problems. And this thing is no exception to that right here. So what happens when you never really take care of your stuff, never wash it, never clean it, never check fluids, never do anything, things just tend to start to break, I mean, that's just how it works, right? So on this sucker, I was just trying to get it clean. Guys coming to pick it up today, but I've been steadily working on this sucker, and I just kind of wanted to give y'all an overview of what we've done over here. So as you can see, I am tripping over all kind of stumps. As you can see, we got them everywhere. Anywho, so this is a 2011 Razor 800. It was overheating, so we went ahead, or I went ahead, excuse me, and did a checked out all the cooling system. And what happened was the mechanical seal went bad, and it was letting coolant out of the the weep hole, little hole on the right down here. So what we've done is told him get a new seal kit and everything, and went ahead. I said go ahead and change to the billet impeller. So we did that. I changed the mechanical seal, put the billet impeller in there, refilled all the coolant, had to bleed it through the line that's right behind the thermostat. I also took the thermostat out, made sure that was working properly, and reinstalled it the right way. I think it was a little off-centered. Anyway, I also changed out the valve cover seal. It was leaking pretty bad. There was a lot going on with this. Greased all the hubs, and while I had the whole rear of the machine apart, it will need new bushings and new brakes very soon. But I told him go ahead and run it this season to the end of the deer season, and he should be good to go. Check the oil. The oil was black as night, and so I went ahead and did a full flush and clean of all the fluids, front diff, rear diff, the transmission, the transfer case that these apparently have, and the engine oil have all been replaced with new fluids. I went to Tractor Supply and got them all, actually, and I'm using the transmission fluid that they have there that people say they can use on the tranny, the transfer case, and front diff. And the rear diff got 80-90 weight gear oil, and the motor got T4 Rotella. So I just finished putting it all back together. I also put a 4-inch lift, or excuse me, 3-inch with the spacer, and I went ahead and went down to 2 clicks on the, we are on the 3rd click. So we got 2 more adjustment spots we can go, up or down, either way. And so I told him just ride it, see how it feels, and if we need to adjust, we can do that later on. Also, the air box, oh my gosh, that was full of actual mud and oil and just nastiness. Had to clean the entire intake system. Had to drain the belt box because there was water in there. Had to, what else did we have to do? Or I have to do? What did I have to do to this sucker? There's a lot, man. Oh, also, so last night, so check this, guys. Last night, I'm over here changing the front axle boot. It had a ripped CV axle inner boot here. Right there. And he bought a boot and the boot he bought was the incorrect size. It was super big, way too big. And the clamps that came with that boot also were going to be way too big. So what I ended up doing was I had to, I used these big AC zip ties to clamp it down because I just didn't have any of the wire clamps. And when I originally did it, this one here was hitting right here, and the only option was either cut this or move the boot back further on the inner cup and clear it, to be able to clear it without this hitting or having to grind that down. This one was fine. So I went ahead and did that, and it seems to be working fine. Should get them through the deer season. But I ended up having to do this twice. I had to literally take the inner race off with a bearing separator tool, a puller. And so I separated it, got everything ready, put the grease in it, go to put the boot over the cup after everything's back together, and and that's when I found out that it was way too big. And I was livid. I was drove, man. I was so pissed. So I had to reverse my entire process, take everything back apart, get out that tool, pull back off the inner race, get all the bearings back in, I had to do it twice when I should have only had to do it once. That's why I like ordering parts instead of having other people order parts and sending them to me, because I know what I need and I make sure I get what's going to work. There's a nail in the tire. Anyway, so we got the front lift also in here, 2 clicks. What else I do? Yep, that's about it. Front diff fluid. So last night I finished up the diff fluid, the axle, and the putting it all back together. So she looks pretty good. It was sitting real low, but as you can see now, there's a whole lot more lift. I didn't have a before picture. I was kind of in a rush to do this machine, but this was my first Razor 800. So it came out pretty nice. Probably more to come on it. It's a guy at a hunt and lease. He'll be back. So I really hooked this guy up. I did all this stuff for really cheap for him. And he's on his way now actually to come pick it up. So I figured I'd go ahead and make a quick clip of the Razor 800 that I just finished up working on. Still working on the Honda. I will do an update video on that and post it soon. And also my Ranger. Still working on the Ranger. Got to put everything back on it, but separate vid. But anyway, from me here over at Alpha Pack Off-Road, man, look, I hope y'all have a great head of Merry Christmas, and hope y'all have a Happy New Year, and I'll look forward to seeing y'all again soon. Y'all take it easy. Till next time, I'm out.